how do we know, whether this is like schizophrenia or this is an adverse drug reaction? Well, it's all about the details, and this is what's going to come out in the trial. Why was he diagnosed with schizophrenia? Did that just emerge randomly out of the blue at 32 years of age? Or was it because of some drug use? I know, when I looked online, I know that Nick had used some methamphetamine in the past. It could have been another drug that's known to cause psychosis. So was it really schizophrenia, or was this a drug-induced issue? And then you need to look at whether he has a history of violence. What is his baseline behavior like? I would imagine all families have difficulties, but he probably didn't have a history of violence against his parents. Maybe it's a strained relationship. Maybe it's a very loving relationship. Clearly, they loved him a lot to put him in that hospital, to invite him to that Christmas party with them, with their friends. It sounds like that relationship was still intact. And so they have to look at what happened in that 4 months leading up to it, because this is going to be key for his defense, and also, not just the defense, but for the family to understand what had happened. Did these changes in behavior, were they characteristic of him, or did they emerge closely after starting or changing a whole bunch of medications? Because if they're not characteristic of him, then it's likely that this is drug-induced.